Good morning. I would like to prepare free video to talk about some classwork because some of you do not know how to do. I also want to tell you some technique how to solve the problems. Question 32 first. Given the equation of circle, this is 4x squared plus 4y squared plus 4x minus 8y minus 15 is equal to 0. And one straight line intersect at 2 point P and Q. First, part A, you need to find the distance between center of C1 and L. That means you need to find the distance between these 2 points. Because if you want to find the distance between a point and a straight line, you need to draw a perpendicular line to this straight line from the point. And then this is the distance between straight line and point. If you want to find the distance, maybe you need to think about, okay, if we know these two coordinates, if this is A and this is B, I know this formula. But how to find the coordinate of A and B? A, I know how to find it because the equation of circle is this one. Remember, if you want to get the coordinate of center, you need to change to general form first. So x squared plus y squared plus x minus 2y minus 15 over 4 is equal to 0. So center is equal to -1 over 2 and 1. But how to find the coordinate of point B? Let B be the midpoint. Of PQ. How to find this point? We have two methods. The first method is that you can solve this simultaneous equations and then you can find it. Second method, because I don't want to solve the quadratic, that means I don't want to make subject and then substitute back into the equation of circle and find it. But if you want to find, do you remember, if you want to find a point on the coordinate, we have two methods. The second method is if we find two straight lines passing through that point, then I can find the point. So I have already have the equation of L. If you want to find the point B, you can find the equation of BA. So how come? How to find it? First of all, you need to find the slope of L. Slope of L is equal to, make y be the subject, is equal to 1 over 3. So the slope of AB is equal to -3. And then I let y is equal to -3, x plus c be the equations of AB. Substitutes. I know the center are on the straight line, so substitute -1 over 3 is equal to -3 plus c. So c is equal to 3 minus 1 over 3, so it's equal to 8 over 3. I know. So how to find the intersection point? You can solve the simultaneous equations and then you can find the point P. Okay, the midpoint is equal to, you can solve it, this is equal to -1 and 5 over 2. After that, you can use the distance formula. So the required answer is equal to, because you know the coordinate of center, so square root of -1 over 2 minus -1 all square plus 1 minus 5 over 2 all square is equal to root 5 over 2. I guess most of the difficult part is part A, and then part B, you need to find the equation of the circle C2. If the diameter is equal to PQ, that means you need to find this 2 point. How come? Okay, solve this simultaneous equations. And then you can continue to do it. I don't want to go through all the part, but I want to specify and mention this method. This is the second method. Rather than if you watch with the solutions, you can find another method. But the most difficult part is this one: how to find the distance. Second method, you can refer to the solutions. Find the intersection point. That means solve the simultaneous equations. Maybe second method is the given method is better than this one because in part B you also need to find the coordinate of point P and Q so that you can find the equation of circle. If you still have any questions, you can send private message to me in the Google Classroom after this announcement.